Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins and I'm bringing you my first productivity program and my first productivity program and so uh, for posterity's sake, I'm going to uh, show you the actual program. This is called Problem Solve. That's the actual program, and as you can see, I have PSol right here. The intermediate edition was called PSol version 1 through 6, and then obviously we got a lot of jokers out here, so I was like, I'm not gonna call my program PSol, so I changed the name to ProSol. This is the latest version. So the original version of Problem Solved is this. So this is the program. It says, what is the chapter size? So in order to explain that, I got to show you this. So this is OpenOffice Studio, and this is my first space opera that I'm writing. This is my first space opera. It's sort of a tribute to a video game that I used to play as a young man, and so the reason I brought this up is that in order to use the program, I need to grab this, which is the word count. The word count. So that's the word count, 26,164. So I'm two and a half weeks into writing this book. So uh, I take the number. It asks you at the top right here. It says, what is the chapter size? So I say, I'm sorry. Yeah, it says, what is the chapter size? So the chapter size is 1,600 words, right? And what is the word count? As I told you before, it's 26,164. Okay, so that's the total word count of the whole book. Now it's going to ask you yeah. So this is the first edition. So it says there are no spaces. There are no spaces in between the text. So it says you have 564 words in this chapter so far. It says you have 16 chapters in this book so far. So it's actually I have a round function. So I think for Python it only rounds up if it's 0.6 or higher. So if it's 1.6, it'll round up to 2. But if it's 1.5, it'll round down to 1. I think that's how it works. So if you're 0.6 if you're 0.6 of the way through the chapter, it will round up to the next chapter, which would be chapter 17. So it says there are approximately 105 pages. All I did was I took the total word count and I divided it by 250 words, which is the standard benchmark for page counts, word per page word counts. So typically a book has 250 words per page, and you can divide that to find the page count for the final product. Now you can see right here that on this screen the page count is 56 pages. The reason for that is obviously that this document is 8.5 by 11. So this document right here is 8.5 by 11. So therefore the page count is going to be lower. When you buy an actual book, the final product is going to be about 5.5 by 8.5. So that's basically the screen. The page is going to be half as big, so it's going to double the page count. So that's not an error. It's just a good estimation. So that's the original. That's the first iteration, and now I'm going to show you the latest iteration, which is ProSol version 3. ProSol version 3. Okay, um, so it's the same initial question. What is the chapter size? 1600, right? What is the word count so far? Uh, uh, 160, I'm sorry, 26,164. And here's the third question. What is the goal for the word count? How many words will be in the final product? And I know that's a typo right there. I don't know where I added that, but what is the goal for the word count? How many words will be in the final product? So I'm gonna say 100,000. 100,000 words for the final product. How many words do you write per week on average? I write 10,000 words per week on average. How many words do you write in a day? 2,000. So obviously, it's gonna work. Basically, I only write 5 days a week, so I write 5 days a week, 2,000 words a day. So I take 2 days off, so that's the reason why it's coming out to 10,000. So, how many writing sessions do you have per day? 2 writing sessions per day. There you go. So, right here it says, the first line, it says you have not reached halfway in this chapter so far. See below, and there's a reason for that. So, next line says you have 564 words in this chapter so far. You have 16 chapters in this book so far. So this part is the same as the previous, and there are approximately 105 pages worth of material in this book. So this is the section that's more of a aggregate type of thing, more of a big picture type of thing, and then we have a second row, and your current chapter 17 will be finished at 27,200 words. So basically, the big problem that I had was that I can't multiply. I cannot divide 16. I cannot divide the page count by like 1,600 words in my head. I need a calculator, and it can get really annoying to have to pull out the calculator every single day, trying to figure out how to get to the next 1,600 milestone. So that's why I made this program. I was sitting around writing in the book, and I was like, you know what, I really need to go out and buy some software to help me write this book correctly, so I don't have these disorganized chapters. And then I was like, man, what are you stupid? You're a Python developer. You're a Ruby developer. You're a JavaScript developer. So you can make your own software now, dude. So just do it, man. Stop. So I immediately stopped writing the book, and I started writing the software, and that's how this all got started. And here it says your current chapter 17 will be finished at 27,200 words. So that's 1,600 divided by something. Oh, sorry. I guess it's 1,600 divided by 17. Yeah. I was wondering where that number was. So 1,600 times 17 is 27,200. So, okay, and you need 1,036 words to complete this chapter. So each chapter is 1,600, and I also added in the half chapter because there's two writing sessions per day, and so it sort of correlates with a full chapter and a half chapter. Basically, when I write a book, there's always 2 storylines going on in the book at the same time. So if the book is 1,600 words, then there's going to be 800 words. If the chapter is 1,600 words, it's going to be 800 words for the main storyline, and there's going to be 800 words for like a side quest. So so in the book, the main character is named Sharpstar, and in also in the book, his rival, the secondary character, is named Kenry. So uh, so if you know the first 800 of the first 800 words of the chapter goes to Sharpstar's story, and then the second 800 uh, words goes to Kenry. Of course, at the current moment, Kenry and Sharpstar are in the same place. So the first 800 words go to Kenry and Sharpstar at the same time, and then the second 800 goes to the other characters, the other secondary characters in the book. So that's why I have this half chapter in here. So it says next line. This is the goals section. This is the goals section. So I might want to label these. I might want to go back in there and label all these sections so that there's no confusion. But here it says you need 1836 words to reach a daily goal. Remember, the daily goal is 2,000 right here. So 2,000 minus let's see, 2,000 minus 164. 2,000 minus 164 equals um, 1836. So you need 836 to reach your next hourly goal. So hourly goal is daily goal divided by 2, or more accurately, hourly goal is daily goal divided by the number of writing sessions per day. So I assume that each writing session is an hour. Maybe that is maybe I should change that from hourly goal to session goal. I don't know. So so it's a little bit complicated, but basically, yeah. So our hourly goal is daily goal divided by divided by the number of writing sessions you have per day, and you have 23 836 words to go before you are halfway. You have so that is. So halfway would be, whatever you put in for the final product divided by 2. So it's automatically divided by 2, and I believe I believe I cast these as integers because I didn't want to. I did leave this as a floating. I did make this a floating point number for a particular reason, but I did cast these as integers, just so I don't have it going all over the place and have like a million digits past the decimal point. That might have confused people. So I cast these as integers, and it says you have 73,836 words before you are finished. So, okay, so that's the entire book. That's basically basically this number 100,000 minus this number, so which is 26,164. So that's how I got this number. So at the current speed of 10,000 words per week, which is this number right here, you have approximately 7.3836 weeks to go before you finish. I was thinking of maybe writing a function to turn that into 7 weeks, 4 days and 6 hours and a certain number of minutes. I was thinking I should do that, but yeah, that's gonna take a little bit. That maybe that'll be the next iteration. But yeah. So let me show you something else. So with the other program, in the pressing enter would exit the program. That's how I usually do it. But with this one, you press enter and it restarts the program. So we're going to go here. I'm gonna show you something. 1,600 words. And what is the word count so far? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 80,000. And how many words would be in the final project? 80,000. And how many words do you write per week on average? I'll say 3,000. And how many words do you write in a day? Well, okay, maybe I'll do it like this. I'll write 500. How many writing sessions do you have per day? And I'll say 2. Okay, so you have it says you have 0.0 words in this chapter so far. It says you are exactly halfway on this chapter, which that might be a bug that I have to take out. Because yeah, that might actually, it might not be. It might not be. Well, actually, no, because 1600 would go, basically that would be 50, right? So that's right, 50 chapters, because 80,000 divided by 1,600 is 50. But this right here is incorrect. So yeah. So your current chapter 51 will be finished at 81,600 words. So maybe I need to take that out too. So you need 1,600 words to complete this chapter. You need 800 words to complete this half chapter. So it's perfectly 80,000 is perfectly divisible by 1,600. There are no decimal points left over. So you need 500 words to reach your daily goal. You need 250 words to reach your next hourly goal because it's evenly divided. So it says you are 40,000 words past halfway, and that's actually a floating point number. I guess if you divide by another number, it's automatically turns into a floating point. And right here, so it's different now. Before it said you have certain number of numbers to reach the goal, but right here it says you have reached your goal exactly. So at the current speed of 3,000 words per week, you have approximately 0 weeks before you are finished. Okay, so there are a few bugs here, especially right here. Actually, that might not be a bug because I think that maybe I need to change that to you are done with this half chapter. Maybe I need to change that to you are done with this half chapter. Maybe that will work. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just a semantic thing. I think I just need to uh, uh, I I do need to change a lot of stuff. I need to change this to say that you are I need this to say you are done with. I need all this to say you are done with the book. Maybe have some sort of congratulations. So I'm glad I did this test, But yeah, I need to have some sort of congratulations, some sort of, um, you know, some sort of something. Um, yeah, I need to have some sort of congratulations, some sort of end credits like in a video game. Because if you reach your ultimate goal, then you don't have to write 1,600 words or 800 words to complete the sabotage. So I got to add some more information. So I'm glad I did this test. So I'm gonna do this one more time, and let's see. What was it? 20. I think it was 27,000. I think it was. I think it was 27,200. 1,600. Okay. What's the word count so far? So, uh, 27. Um, yeah. Okay. It's 27, 20. I'll do 28,002, 198. 198. Yeah, 8. 28,198. Okay, so what is your final product? 100,000. How many words do you write per week on average? 10,000. How many words do you write in a day? 2,000. How many writing sessions do you have per day? Okay, here it is. So this changed. This said, originally this said that you are not halfway in this chapter so far. That's what it said originally, but now it's saying that you are 998 words in this chapter so far. So because you're halfway, because you're past halfway, it shows you how many words you have in the chapter. Because I didn't want to have, if you're before halfway, I didn't want to have choose two stats that were showing the same number. So I didn't want to have two stats that were showing the same number. So if you were less than halfway through in the other version of the program, if you were less than halfway through, it would show you the same number for this and for that, and I didn't want that to happen. So right now it's saying I have 18 chapters in the book so far. So I'm past halfway on the chapter. So it's showing the same number for current chapter and the number of chapters that you have. It says there are approximately 113 pages. So word count divided by 250 words. So 250 words per page, and your current chapter, and let's see. Let's see. And let's try this. Let's try this. What did I do? I had a word count, so so okay, let's try this. 1,600, 198. Let's try this and see if it works. What does it go for word count? How many words would be in the final product? Okay. How many words in the right day? 2,002. Okay. Okay, so now in the previous example, it said you have 1,802 words to reach your daily goal. You got 802 words to reach your hourly goal. So, but in this example, you have let's see, right here it says you have 802 to reach your daily goal because you've only got 1 hour left. So your daily goal is your hourly goal, and then it says you're in the home stretch to let you know that you've only got 1 hour left. You know, so I might want to change that word to session instead of hour because that I don't want not every session is uh not every session is an hour. I used to be able to write 1,000 words in 30 minutes. I'm a lot slower now, but yeah. So that's all I wanted to show you. Uh, so let's see. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So okay. So let me before I forget. Okay. Before I forget. So I'm gonna make a comment on here at the top, and I'm gonna say uh, February 26, 2020. There is a whole lot of bugs for uh, equal to finish. There's a whole lot of bugs for equal to finish, and change hourly to session. Uh, 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 yeah. So uh, I gotta do some major testing. So obviously this is grammatically correct. I should write incorrect. I should write there are a whole lot of bugs for equal to finish. Change hourly to session, and uh, let's see. Yeah. So the one thing I can do right now is this, because yeah, make it look more neat, and then I can go over here. Uh, and I can delete that. So, okay. So that should do the trick for now. And I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to improve all this. So, so, okay. Yeah, let me, let's see. Let me put some spaces here so that the comments can stand out more. I don't want the comments to get swallowed up by the if statements. So, and this is my, I used else for the first time in my program yesterday, and then I had to go on today and I had to add elif because I was having some other problems. So and it's hard because in Ruby it's else if. So yeah, if you get that wrong, you crash the whole program. So uh, 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 yeah. So so I'm gonna have to go back, and I'm gonna have to retry what I did before that produced the error, and I'm gonna have to go back, and I'm gonna have to change all this code again. Yeah, so when I get that done, I'll let you know, and especially for uh, the writing's done part. If the writing's done, I have to make it so it's not showing you how many words you need this chapter, you know. So maybe I'll make a video about that too. So yeah, but anyway, thanks a lot, everybody. I got up super early to record this, so I hope it's educational, So yeah, and I got a lot of programming type things that I want to get started on. So yeah, have a good day, everyone, and goodbye.